Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to your February reading. So, I meditated on your energy, laid down the first layer of cards like I usually do, and after the general, I pulled out some Lenormand to do a little love bonus since it's February. Alright? So, the first card that what Spirit wants to talk to you about this month. And the first card that I have is the Ace of Wands. Now that's a brand new spark of life, enthusiasm, fire within you, a new passion, a new something coming in. And when that new passion comes in, then I have these three cards that came out. I have the Moon, the Two of Swords, and you, Sagittarius, Temperance. Now when you look at that, this is like almost, there's this new passion that comes into me like a gift, like an inspiration. But that brings me to, like it probably will bring up some stuff hidden in the moon, in your unconscious, and all of that, where you will have to make a decision. That's an inner decision. See, under the moon, what is real and what is unreal, what is good for me and what isn't. There's things that I have to cut off, and I can only rely on my intuition. And because when I go inside, do I listen to my fears to make the decision, or do I listen to my true intuition, which would bring a nice transformation? And this is part of the test. This is part of the experience of life. This is you, your capacity of being able to see the bigger picture of things. After that, I have the Empress, and there is your feminine power, and there is she's abundance, she is inspiration, creation, unconditional love, ruled by Venus. So this is almost like, woof, I'm receiving a gift of this new passion, and what do I do with it? There's going to be a process there. There's going to be a need to assess what is in your unconscious and cut out what is no longer needed, so you can vibrate at the Empress level. So under our Ace of Wands, I have the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. Two gifts starting the month. So in the beginning of the month, look out for gifts from the universe, opportunities, new ideas, new something that would bring this new flame within you, but that has a potential to be something concrete and real. And you can see, well, that since the Ace of Wands is there, and then the Knight of Wands is there, this is like you're getting that new passion, and at the same time it has a potential, and your first instinct is, I want to go and plant that. This is what I want. Here and now, I believe in it. Under going inside there, having to take a decision, I have the King of Cups. Now he's the king of inside. So it's going to have to be a mastery of your waters. Sorry, of your emotions when you take that decision. A time to be mature. This is the maturing of things. And when we are presented with something new, how we deal with it, how we're going to bring it forward, has to be in a mature way for us to get, and a conscious way for us to get the best result out of it. So here we have the King of Cups for you. And under our Empress, there's the Knight of Pentacles and there's the Tower. Now the Tower at this point, since you're making a decision, this is, and you see you're receiving that Ace of Pentacle, Ace of Wand, Knight of Wand, Ace of Pentacle, Knight of Pentacle. You're and going within to have that mastery, maturing of your emotions to make that decision. There's probably a lot of unknown factors around it, and that will cause a tower. That will cause I'm gonna bring this forward in a completely different way than what I used to do. I'm gonna create this, master this in a completely different way. Here under our two aces, I have the Pope and the Seven of Cups. So see, this is the Pope being discernment, being how we apply our morality, our values out there, our own personal dogmas, our own personal inner laws, let's say, of how we act out there and things like that. That's why he's discernment. And on that, with these two new gifts, let's say, you're kind of a bit of a loss. What shape is that going to be? I don't know. It's not grounded. I just know that I want to go with this and really do something with it, but I'm a bit lost as into what shape it's going to take. And that's why there's the moon. And that's why there's things that come up. And I'm going to have to make a decision. Because here, Two of Pentacle and Page of Pentacle. How do I bring this forward? The unknown is making my emotions up and down. Am I going to repeat a loop of how I used to do things? I don't think so, because the Tower is here to undo that. But I am going to let go of the old way that I used to bring forward things and plant in a new way, in a grounded new way. And after that I have the Three of Pentacle. So there I am from 2 to 3. From 2 plus 1 equals 3. That new pentacle, that new idea, that new project, it can be all sorts of things. It can be a new union, it can be a new whatever. You're going to meet somebody at the beginning of the month, and then things, what shape is that relationship going to take? I have to be very wise in my deep waters there to bring this forward in a new way that is in the vibration of the Empress, into the shape that I'm going to build this. Whether anything it is, project, relationship, just yourself, your reality. So let's clarify. Bottom of the deck, I have the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands here, you can see the conflict happening, inner conflict happening. And the Fives, Gebura, need to be readjusted. It's the opportunity for divine judgment to come and readjust. But us too, if the things would be matured and aligned, it would make the pentagram, which is man in this world in his power. But there it is not a pentagram, because these people are immature. On the right away you see it better, because you see they are children. But it's all those the will, the fears, the this, the that, the wants, the needs, what we think we need, and all of that is just creating a chaos instead of creating an aligned pentagram, which would be will grounded in 3D reality. So there we go. All right, let's clarify this. Call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Call upon the guides to come and help me clarify this reading for Sagittarius. Sagittarius for the month of February. Okay, Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. Now we have the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Cups. You have learned maybe last month about self-love, about allowing this a higher level of emotions within yourself, about the value of your emotions, and that gave you that is what is behind that new will of yours. But with all of that, you have to go look inside the old kind of, once we get a new consciousness, a new vibration on an emotional level, that fire has to go down into our unconscious, the moon, to kind of go purify old emotions to our new consciousness, emotional consciousness. This is a new emotional consciousness. Show me, and that is part of the maturing of the waters. Show me this here, King of Cups, maturing of the waters. Okay, Two of Swords. Okay, so the decision is about that new concrete way of doing things, of something you can plant here. Your Ace of Pentacle. We know that decision is about that, because once you receive this, you're grabbing it and you want to apply it in your in your life. Now the decision is between Queen of Wands, that's you, mastering that wand, using it to attract, law of attraction, what you want towards you, or Five of Swords, when your own mind is deceiving you, and where you're either those two characters here or this one, but this is five, another distortion, a mental distortion. What is winning? What is, do you want to be happy or do you want to win? This is the question with the Five of Swords. You don't want to sabotage yourself there. And that's from what is hidden under the moon here. That is what the inner decision's gonna have to be. Which one do I choose there? Empress. So Empress, I have Justice. So see that decision there, she only has one sword and the scale, making one decision, a just decision. And that decision is one that is, see, from the 5 we're going to the 6. That decision is actually taking this wisdom and bringing you to calmer waters, movement forward. So this is beautiful, Sagittarius. You're kind of using all these new tools this month. You're receiving them at the beginning of the month, and you are learning to use them through the month of February. Okay, show me that Ace of Pentacle. Whoa. Okay, Ace of Pentacle, Death, and Knight of Cups. So it is going to transform the way you advance in love. The Knight of Pentacles follows his heart, follows his emotion. And what are these emotions? Now you've just risen emotionally. So that reality, that concrete reality, is going to transform what inspires you, what guides you, what moves you forward. Now we have 3 knights. A knight for each element. A knight for Ace of Cups, Knight of Cups, Ace of Wands, Knight of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. So you're not only going to grab this from probably understandings maybe that you got in January or whatever, or unless you have one heck of an enlightenment at the beginning of the month. But 3 aces, you start with those 3 aces and you have the knights to go with it. So that means grabbing it and moving with it. King of Cups. Show me the King of Cups for Sagittarius. Here, Temperance, that's you. So it is the mastery of the emotions, seeing the bigger picture in things, being solid in how we feel. Here, the Tower. What is the Tower for Sagittarius? That's too much. But the Queen of Pentacles was there. So the way that you see your value, here's your Queen of Swords. Okay, it wanted to be a queen. The Queen of Pentacles is our value, our values, knowing that we have what it takes, being grounded and cared for, and all of that, taken care of and being taken care of. Queen of Swords, having that wisdom. Now she holds a sword in her hand, like justice here, like the decision. She's the no bullshit queen, so she is going to provoke the Tower. This is, I am expressing myself of what I am not accepting anymore. Because I want to bring something forward that is solid and concrete with these new levels that I've just had. I will not sabotage myself or let myself be sabotaged by others. So there I am with my sword, protecting my heart with my crown of wisdom, and I am provoking a tower. The way I used to build things, I am crumbling it down. And I am seeing clearly what is in front of me now, because you're in the Empress energy. 7 of Cups and the Pope. So when at the beginning of the month you might have a bit of confusion of, I have these new understandings, but how do I apply them in reality? You know, I have this grasp and understanding of unconditional love. How do I apply that in life? Do I love everybody? Do I let them take and do whatever they want? Is that what it means? No, that's not what it means. That's not what unconditional love is. Okay, I have the Sun, 6 of Wands, King of Swords, and 3 of Wands. So the Sun, here is the clarity, and here's our King of Cups again. Okay, that's what they wanted to show. You're going to get that assertiveness when you are going to get that stability of knowing exactly your worth and how to act with your emotions out there. Be solid emotionally. And that is going to go with, see, we have the Queen of Swords, King of Swords. What is right, what is just, the discernment, applied discernment, King of Swords. Recognition of yourself, having learned the lessons of the past, and having that fire of enthusiasm of your soul, that push of the sun where everything is clear, clarity. So here, this decision is going to make you stop juggling, that mastering of your emotions there. Emotional intelligence, maturity, seeing things clearly. When you look at Temperance here, see Archangel Michael, he has the symbol of the sun in his forehead. The symbol of the sun. Because his third eye is completely aligned with the sun. With the clarity of things. With the inspiration, aspirations, the bigger picture of everything. Show me here the Two of Pentacles and the Princess of Pentacles. Four of Swords. There is, in that decision, there is going to be healing happening when you do that. There is going to be healing. What hasn't been healed will be what is unstabilizing you emotionally. So look inside of it and heal it. Because now you have the clarity and the understanding. You're getting it at the beginning. Transforming the way you move forward. So that means the old way has to lay and heal so you can move forward. Because here you arrive at the Three of Pentacles, making the discernment of, not projecting on the new and the future what was in the past, Three of Pentacles. And for that, it has to, not to recreate the same thing and be in a loop of karma. You have to heal it. That will happen through healing. But you will see clearly what it is. Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. Eight of Swords. Eight of Cups. Okay. This is, I don't know how to build it. Yeah, see, for some of you at the end of the month, you still don't know how to build it. You still don't know. You just know that, like it was before, you're leaving it behind. You had the sense of that Ace of Cups, you're receiving all those gifts. You're trying to make it happen. Here with this, with your Queen of Swords, you're saying, no, I am not building like I used to. I am crumbling that down. But there might be, here, the key is the King of Cups. The key is mastering your emotions. Mastering how you truly feel about something. If we're talking about work here, this is like being presented with an amazing project. Do you truly And do you truly want to invest your heart in this? What shape is it going to take? And then how is this going to happen? Does this vibrate with me really? Or is it going to be like other projects that have lived before, and that at the end I see clearly through it and I crumble it, I cut it down, because it is a repeat of the way things used to be? Or I readjust it and I kick out what, destroy what is not vibrating to where I am now in this. So this has to be mastered during the month. It is not a sure thing for everybody. It is a test. It is a test. This is like, okay, you've worked a lot on yourself. We're giving you a new self-appreciation. We're giving you a budget and the passion to do something with it. Now, what are you going to do with it? What shape are these things going to take in your hands? And so this is the process and the test this month. But at the beginning of the month, all these gifts are going to provoke the moon in you. And the moon is there to show you unconscious things so you can transform them. And how well you will transform them, how well you will embrace the Empress energy, which is there for you, is going to be the result that you're going to have. Yeah. See? Because under the King of Cups, here we have the Nine of Pentacles, the World, and the Empress. And now it's easy to see. Once, if you master your emotions, there you are solid in your value and your worth. You finish your cycle and you're in your total unconditional love, creative power, inspired Empress. If not, you will be still stuck of not knowing what to do, knowing that it can't be the same, but repeating the same pattern. So there's two different outcomes for you, Sagittarius. So that tells me that there's a group that it's this and a group that is that. Free will. During the month you will have the option. And if you're listening to this, you are prepared to it. To know exactly what will be happening. So embody the King of Cups for success. And that means mastering your deep emotions to have stability in there. Emotional wisdom. All right. Now, love. So, the first card that came out was the Lady here. Now, the Lady is a pretty neutral card. It's a lady. So maybe talking to the ladies out there. Then we have the lilies, which is maturity, wisdom. The two of them can be like a wise woman. See? Wisdom, wise woman. We're talking about love. So the wisdom in the feminine side. This is experience, lilies, also. It's that purification through experience. And then we have the fish. Now, this speaks of our King of Cups. Because if we would be talking about money, this would be prosperous, making profit and all of that. It is deep waters, deep emotion, wisdom in the deep emotions that grows, that fluctuates. Bottom of the deck, I have the cross. Now, Um, the cross, with all of that together, the cross is a challenge, is a test. It's what we bear with our faith, and that comes all of a sudden, and that we face. And the way that we face it is the test. So in a way, it's a bit like that, you know? Or you are going to sabotage yourself and this is happening to you, or is this an enlightenment and a new way to build? This is a bit the same thing in love. So for some of you, this can be a new relationship coming in. And the maturity of how you're going to deal with it will be its outcome. Because here we're talking about love. So the test is about your deep emotion. What is swimming in your deep waters? This is what the test is. But with the lilies and the woman, it is really talking about that inside wisdom, bringing your inner wisdom in the deep waters to face a challenge, to bear your cross, to pass that, to pass over that challenge. And here I have the sun. So, you know, to bring illumination and joy into that. So overcoming something that is deep and inside. I know that's not very romantic supper kind of thing, 14th of February, but that is telling me that something is happening deep in your emotions, Sagittarius, this month. And your reality is going to be affected by it. And it is part of the test of life and challenge sent by the divine for you. That is preparing a Two of Cups here. Maturing the emotions for a future relationship. On what level are you going to live it? It's happening during the month. So, on this, I'm going to send you all my love and light. Thank you for watching, subscribing, sharing to grow the channel. I read all the comments. Thank you very much. If you want a private reading, the description is below. Thank you for the ones of you that gave donations. Every month I do the special ceremony to give you back. And apart from that, I'm going to wish you a beautiful month of February. Happy Valentine's Day. Love and light.